Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli with Little Blue. Part 3 of our review of Loki. The third and final part for Season 1. Now we're up to the last 2 episodes of Season 1. Episode 5, Journey into Mystery, and Episode 6, For All Time Always. Now, of course, starting with Episode 5, Journey into Mystery. What do we think of that? Because in that one, Loki ends up on this... he gets pruned, you know?
Yeah.
And he ends up on this planet or something with a whole bunch of other Lokis.
Yeah, there's all kind. There's even a Loki, if you want to say a Loki croaky, who was like a crocodile.
An alligator.
No, it's a crocodile, and it's a.
Loki said alligator.
He said alligator, but I think it was intended as a crocodile. But anyway, he's wearing the Loki. He's wearing the Loki crown. And and then you've got a couple of others that are doing the same thing. You've got a little boy version.
You got an older Loki.
Loki.
Played by Richard E. Grant.
Yeah, exactly. So
and you got a Black Loki. So.
Yes, which they're all different, but they're all Lokis. And it got it was a little bit like, huh, for me. But it got interesting because you see how they interact and they all start to work together. And it's interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
They face off against this thing, this big monster.
This cloud.
It's a cloud, but it looks like a monster. You know, it has the face of a monster. It comes out, you know, and it's like almost like a dragon. And it basically is it's basically the, if you will, the watchdog for the man behind the curtain.
Who we'll mention when we get to episode 6.
Yes, exactly.
And I read this, I think I read that Richard E. Grant, he was disappointed he didn't have muscles. to a suit or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's an old Loki. So,
yeah, exactly.
And Sylvia and Morbius, they're on the same planet, I guess you could say.
Yes.
We get another Loki, Tom Hiddleston. Right. He's like, was he supposed to be President Loki or King Loki?
I'm not really sure what he was supposed to be.
I think my mom explained that. I don't know. But he's somebody and with a suit, you know?
Yeah.
And the alligator Loki bites his arm off.
Yeah, the alligator Loki.
Yeah. And you realize this because I didn't even see this when I was watching the episode, and I told you this too, that apparently an Easter egg that's out there in the grass field or whatever on the planet, Thanos' helicopter's there.
Yeah.
That was requested by James Gunn. Apparently that's his favorite vehicle in the Marvel Comics.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so it's there somewhere, and probably with the green screen, I probably have a picture of it somewhere. But, so, and at the end, because, you know, and older Loki, Richard E. Grant as Loki, like, recreates Asgard, basically to distract the watchdog, you know?
Right.
And that gives Sylvia and Loki the chance to proceed and to find what'd you say, the man behind all this?
I call him the man behind the curtain.
Man behind the
curtain.
Sort
of like with the Wizard of Oz.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's a good point. And thus, episode 6. Do you remember how it opens with the Marvel Studios logo? We hear the voices.
Yes, there's a lot of voices.
Wakanda forever! And, you know, Tic Tac.
Yeah, a lot of...
and we hear the music of It's Been a Long Time.
Yeah, and there's a few unnecessary voices I won't go into. That was done as a political statement. Which
there was Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong was very cool, but there was one other that I will not mention that I
didn't hear it. I don't think I caught it.
Yeah, don't go back. I just shook my head and said, you know, that's pathetic. But anyway,
but
that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it.
It was cool hearing Neil Armstrong. Don't you think?
Oh, very cool hearing Neil Armstrong. Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. And we hear Vision as well.
Yep, we do.
Yep, and. It just, you know, it's a very interesting opening, and when it leads up to where Sylvie and Loki are.
Yes.
And the man behind here's another thing. That cartoon watch character, shows up there and talking to Sylvie and Loki. Mm-hmm. What if you could have this and that kind of stuff, trying to seduce them, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
but it doesn't work on them, of course.
Right.
Which is a good thing. And also, we finally get to see the man behind the curtain, as you say. Mm-hmm. Who I don't think we're really familiar with that much.
No, but he was...
But of course he's from the Marvel Comics.
And the actor was brilliant.
And Kang, that's his name.
Kang. Absolutely brilliant acting. I enjoyed watching him.
He's obviously... Really Kang is obviously very important to the comics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was never a big comic book reader. I read Spider-Man, I read Captain America.
I mean, yeah, there are some certain comics I would read.
I read Batman, which was DC, but I just didn't get that in depth with it to know who Kang was. Probably heard of him at some point, probably have heard of him.
Like you want to... No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I've probably heard of him at some point, but until this character came up, I'm like,
I have.
Kang? And I got to say, when the movie, when Guardians of the Galaxy, when they first announced Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, who? I'd never heard of him before.
And you saw Rocket Raccoon
I looked him up,
and Groot.
Googled him, saw Groot, saw Rocket, and I thought, oh my God, they are going to do a raccoon character. And turns out to be one of the best characters ever,
Yep.
And Kang is brilliant. Yeah, Kang is brilliant. Yeah, I threw that in there so you could do that.
Well, I didn't know you were going to bring that up. So, you want to know something? Because you mentioned comics. Like the comics I've read will like say some Disney ones. Well, not just those. Some others, like there was Muppets, there was Monsters Inc., and I could go on. But, anyways, and Kang in this, he's obvious. Well, I did try and say this. He is. But you were talking. Kang is obviously very important to the comics.
Yes.
Yeah, and maybe I heard of it. Maybe I heard of him at some point. I just don't know. But not just Kang, but there were like these androids there. In TVA. I guess they were like the timekeepers or something. Yeah. But it turns out to be they turned out to be androids or something. But it's really Kang who's behind all this.
Yes.
And his attitude and how he interacts with Loki and Sylvia.
It's
Sylvia.
Sylvia. He's manipulating them.
Yeah.
And he really is. They're the great manipulators, but he's an even better manipulator. Because he can second guess their moves. He knows what they're going to do ahead of time, and he can jump out of the way. And it's really funny.
Loki tried to stop Sylvia from trying to kill him.
Yes.
Even at one point when they finally kiss.
Right.
Yeah. And right before Sylvia sends him back to TVA, but I'm not you, pushes him back in,
Right.
And I guess everything changes when she does kill Kang.
Mm-hmm.
See you soon. That's the last words he gives. And at the end of it, because he's in TVA, he meets up with Morbius and that female guard, whatever. They don't recognize him, and like you hear Morbius, who are you? And
mm-hmm.
like, and we see the statue of Kang as Loki looks out there.
Right.
Like, what do you think that all means right there?
I don't know.
Nobody
knows. We'll learn
knows.
more. It's good to know that there's a season 2 coming.
Because, like, in the mid-credits, we get a tease, like, season 2, Loki will return in season 2.
Exactly. So we know there's going to be more explained, as it unfolds, as the whole storyline unfolds.
We don't know what the heck happened in the last episode at the end, but we will for sure find out in season 2.
Yes, we will.
Yes. And with that, Loki season 1, what did we think of it?
I give it 2 thumbs up.
10 out of 10, I would assume, too.
Very well done. Good character development. You're really starting, it's starting to come together now, but there's so much more to be explained in season 2.
Of course, yeah. We'll soon find out in season 2. And again, 10 out of 10, of course, for Loki.
10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. I can't wait to see, and not to mention, because that judge lady, she kind of left TVA, I think.
Yeah.
We even find out that she used to be a school teacher.
Yeah. So it's really interesting, all these background stories, coming together. So. And
a young version of Sylvia, she was taken away from Asgard.
Yes.
Did you know that the actress who played young Sylvia is the same actress who played young Rey in those visions, flashbacks?
Oh, interesting.
In Force Awakens.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's very cool.
That's pretty cool. So
yeah, she's employed by Disney, so what do you expect? So
yeah, good thing too. So
yeah.
Anyways, so again, with that being said, that part 3 is our last is the third and final part of our review of Loki, and for season 1 and until season 2.
Until season 2?
Yeah. Did you even knew it could have a season 2, or like it would?
Didn't know. Had no idea what they had planned for it. So
yeah, it's like WandaVision and the Falcon Winter Soldier. They were miniseries.
Yes.
And you were about to say something?
I was going to say
you were getting close.
I was getting close to the camera because I thought we were getting ready to say sign off. So I was getting ready to say I must be off.
I just wanted to throw that out.
All right.
Because it is nice that one of the MCU shows on Disney Plus will come back for another season.
Right.
Because
I agree.
I can kind of see for WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier, looking back at those, I guess it made sense for them just to have one season and then for them to be miniseries.
Yes.
After all, it is the MCU.
Right.
And it depends on what show of the MCU, like on Disney Plus, could continue or could just be one season.
Yes.
If you get the point.
I get the point.
Yeah. So, and Loki being one of them, it will continue for maybe, well, not just season 2, but maybe maybe season 3 or so.
Hopefully, yes.
We'll see what they have in store. You never know what the MCU has in store.
True.
Again, season 1 of Loki was great, and until season 2, of course, we'll review it, and season 1 was really great, and again, can't wait to see what they have in store. So again, 2 thumbs up, way up, and 10 out of 10 for Loki. We hope you enjoyed our review of Loki season 1, and until season 2, we'll see you guys in the next video / review. Any last words?
Can I say it now?
Yeah.
I must be off.
Yep. And for me, take care, peace out, and Avengers, assemble.